they have let me start off the show because here's a bunch of information you will not remember nor care about. But I am from Regina, Saskatchewan. I grew up on
Wow.
Allport Crescent. I used to trick or treat at your house, which was a 30-second walk from my house. Your
There's no way.
mom, yeah, worked with my dad. And I have an older brother and was an annoying little sister that when you guys played a little bit of shinny on the street, I would try to get in there, but then had to go hide behind the bushes and watch you guys play. So what I'm taking out of all
Wow.
of this is no matter where you live in life, I hope you get this reference. If not, you are dead to me. Do you still identify as NOD?
NOD. Wow.
You
yeah,
don't
no, I
remember
am.
what?
Oh, Lindsay.
Oh boy. Oh, okay.
I
Well,
am
I guess
Wow.
you're
Lindsay,
dead to
I
her then.
apologize.
Yeah.
North of Dewdney, man. That was the whole thing. If you're,
okay.
I like,
I
it's
know
been a
that
hot
term.
minute.
I don't think I've
since I
ever
lived there.
heard it called NOD though.
Oh
But yes,
man.
definitely a North Ender, that's for sure. I can't
Hell
believe that.
yeah.
And just for the record, anyone who's from Regina has somebody that worked at Saskell that my mom worked with.
I know.
100% true.
I know, I laugh, but it's just so crazy because it was a 30-second walk. I'm like, I cannot believe that, but I have to keep talking, even though I'm mad that you didn't know NOD. But what I will bring up to you is you retired not that long ago, but when you had your retirement ceremony on the ice, they brought this ATV looking vehicle on there. Do you still have this?
I do. I actually don't have the one they gave me. That was a Honda thing, but they gave me a different one away. And yeah, I definitely, now I live on 6 acres in Tennessee and I drive my Polaris every day.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow. 6 acres in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Do you have a cowboy hat
There,
there, my
that's my
guy?
fault. There. Yeah, absolutely. We got 2 horses out there. You got to take care of them.
Get out.
Oh, we got
Can you
cowboy
ride
yet.
horses?
Don't act surprised, Cat. Come on.
Okay, fair. That's fair. That's a good point. You are from Saskatchewan. Yeah. You could probably ride a
that's
moose,
true.
bro, or an elk.
One non-serious question before Dan picks it up and actually asks something people will care about more than my NOD references. Being in the Nashville area, have people either mistook you as not only a cowboy, but somebody in the music industry?
No, I've never been mistaken for musical
Oh.
talent or a cowboy. That's for sure. But I get to do both out here, which is great. Nobody has to listen to me.
It's so Getsy. We know that the Team Canada announcement came out last week. You're a part of the front office that puts it together. I mean, I kind of just want the inside view. Of course, us growing up as hockey fans, we're sitting around with your friends, having a few brews, who would be on that next Team Canada Olympic team? Is it like that for you? Maybe a little bit more serious, but just get on the whiteboard and start putting names on the board and really get into the grind of okay, who would be best to fill out Team Canada? Does it bring out the hockey fan in you as you go through the process?
Yeah, it does. You know what? The whole thing was awesome. Our staff, the GMs put in so much work that it was awesome for me to sit back and watch and answer questions where I could and help out. But these guys are the best at what they do. And I will tell you this, they work endless hours, those guys. It's amazing their schedule that they put together to make sure not only they had eyes on it, but everybody saw the players that we needed to see. And it allowed us to sit in the room and, when you're talking about the kind of caliber of players that we're talking about, you're really picking them apart, trying to find weaknesses and strengths that kind of go together and mesh well together. And obviously being from Canada, we have such a pleasure in having that much talent around to choose from. We left off names off that list that could fill almost the whole second team. So it was a lot of fun to be a part of, and I'm looking forward to seeing these guys on the ice.
It's so true. Team Canada #2 is a medal contender, right? You just start looking up the names, but it must be funny, seeing the reactions online. How do they pick that guy over this guy? And when we get down to it, we're picking the best players on the planet. And they just so happen to all really be Canadian. I can't imagine the straws you have to go through to decide, X player over this player, or Matthew Schaefer, does he deserve to be on it as an 18-year-old? It's got to be just an incredibly grueling process to actually make that final decision because all these guys are so good.
Well, it is. We spent countless hours in rooms going through rosters and roster makeups for that matter. What you want the team to look like, Doug's vision for the team, Hockey Canada's vision for the team, all that kind of stuff goes into it. And there isn't a stone unturned, I'll tell you that. We spent many, many hours in conference rooms, meeting, sitting, conference calls, all that kind of stuff. So it was eye-opening how much actually went into it. Before that, I thought, Canada would probably be the easiest team in the world to pick when you talk about the amount of talent and stuff. And obviously, I've had the pleasure of being part of a few of them. But it is grueling, especially when you get down to the end and you got to make the call to cut somebody that probably deserves to be there. And that's just kind of the nature of the beast right now.
RG, it's great to see you in real life or over our computers on this stream. And who was, if you don't mind sharing, who was like the last person cut? Like if there's the whiteboard and there's like the names and you fill out obviously the 4 lines or whatever, who was like the one over here that like, it's like the final call that someone has to call that player, be like, hey bro, sorry, but we really like you. We you're have all these platitudes and then be like, what's that?
I know what you're looking for here, but your name wasn't on that whiteboard, I promise.
Well, it's a different whiteboard. It's actually in a different conference room. My name was on it. Just a different team, a different roster. Who was the final person, bro? Who was it like the last person to be decided, like the final 2 guys to be decided to represent Canada in February?
You know what? I honestly don't know if it came down to that last guy. It was, we were going through roster makeups back and forth all over the place. So it was kind of down to the end. There was 5 or 6 guys that were kind of fitting into 2 spots, and we had to go through and figure out what kind of roster makeup we wanted in the end. John Cooper had a lot to do with stuff. He's got to coach that team, and so I think it was honestly more of 5 or 6 guys at the end coming for 2 spots.
What were the 2 spots? 2 forward spots or 2?
Those 5 or 6 were.
Yeah.
Listen, we are friends in real life. I've been to your home. I've eaten the food in multiple of your homes. So you can. Sharing is caring, RG. Multiple homes I've been to.
Oh, since it stays between us, then.
Okay, fine. Okay, so speaking of like all world talents and this, where do you stand on the Hart Trophy qualification? Are you a guy that, if you had a vote, and I'm not sure if you do, would you choose the person who was the best player on the best team, or the person who's most valuable to their team?
You know what? That's a good question. I don't even know how it's actually written that they choose that player. But I do believe that if I was making some vote, my vote definitely goes to the player that that is most valuable to their team for the whole game. Like I know that's hard to didn't really make much sense, but I don't think that the best goal scorer is the MVP of the league. I think that that's a different trophy that we have. I think it's got to be someone that's an all-around best player that you can use in any situation. They're on the ice, whether the game's on the line, both offensively and defensively, and that's just the way I feel.
So the reason I bring this up is because recently Macklin Celebrini, who's been playing, he's been playing like he's Connor McDavid. So he's kind of entered into the Hart Trophy conversation along with Nathan MacKinnon. So that's why I brought it up. And we were talking about Team Canada, and obviously he's going to represent Team Canada. I don't know, what do you see in this young fella, and what do you see as his ceiling? As I mentioned him in the same breath as 2 first ballot Hall of Famers, 2 of the players who are the top 2 in the world in ice hockey.
Yeah, well, he's a prime example. I think the kid is unbelievable. He's a great kid, first off. We had him at the Worlds this last year, and obviously he made a push well enough this year to make the Olympic roster. But, talk about value to a team. He does everything for them. He's in every play. He's both offensively and defensively. He plays both ends of the rink, and he competes really hard. So he's a guy that obviously I think is in that conversation for sure, especially if he can push that team to make the playoffs. Because when you go that big of a jump over a 1-year span, he's making a big difference.
I have a couple of rapid fire questions for you real quick. Looking back 20 years later, who is the player from your draft, not named Ryan James Getzlaf, who was the best player from that draft? I have a couple of names if you want to spark your memory, thinking back to the 2003 draft, if you need them. Or if you have a name, you could just spit the name.
I mean, Marc-Andre Fleury was probably one of the best.
No, I need the best.
The best. Jeez.
Do you want some names to jog your memory?
That was a really good draft.
Sure.
Here's some: Marc-Andre Fleury, Eric Stahl, Brent Burns, Corey Perry, Patrice Bergeron, Shea Weber, and Joe Pavelski in the 7th round. Stacked.
Yeah.
And these are guys that
Joe
are the guys that
Pavelski
played over
was
1,000 games. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Joe was obviously the biggest steal, that's for sure. And even Bergie, for that matter, was a 2nd or 3rd round pick, I think. So both those guys had great careers. I don't know if I could distinguish who's the best, to tell you the honest truth, but I'll go Corey Perry.
What is your best Corey Perry story?
Oh, don't go there. You can't do that stuff on air, buddy. Corey's got more issues. You guys see all his issues. I love that guy to death, and the things that the antics he went through on the ice were just as much off the ice. So we had a lot of fun together.
Ah, man, in the spirit of transparency, you're supposed to tell a few of these, over the whiskey, a few glasses of whiskey type of stories here, RG. Okay, last you are a Volt. Last one for me, bro. And I hope you can be transparent. Inside of NHL circles, what is the main reason that you think that free agents never sign with the Toronto Maple Leafs?
That's a loaded question.
Is it?
You know what? I think. Well, I mean, to be honest, I think that it has a lot to do with. The taxes, everything in Toronto are stacked against you right off the bat when it comes to bringing in free agents that can sign for less somewhere else and make more money. That's just a first off comment, but. I think when you talk about the history of Toronto and the struggles to bring another championship there, I think some of it to me has to do with media. I think that it's hard to deal with those cities. I didn't actually have to go through it from a player standpoint. I've been in those cities short times, and I can't imagine standing in front of 50 media after every practice, every game, and trying to explain what your team did the night before. I know that's part of the gig and that's part of it, but when you got, a TSN or a Sportsnet that is directly talking to you every single day, trying to find a story to talk about, whether it be good or bad, you seem to go from, planning the parades to asking for the coach's head or the captain's head within a 7-minute span. And from a player standpoint, that's not easy to deal with. For anybody, but when you talk about guys with families and they got to go home to their kids and try and live their life normal away from the rink, that's hard to deal with, and it takes a special player to be able to deal with that stuff.
So now we know why you never played for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Okay, got it. Just stayed as far away as you possibly could in Anaheim.
Yeah, but you've been to my houses. You know why I didn't play for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
They are beautiful, and the weather is unbeatable. Yes.
Oh man. Well, I think another reason is because you just forgot about Regina and where NOD is. I'm still salty about this, Getz. So do you at least remember when they paved the street that you lived on and it was the best rollerblading street for a bit?
Oh, many times out there. We were lucky enough to live on the bus route, so they paved that street every couple of years for us. It was beautiful.
I didn't think you'd talk about that today. Okay. Now we're back on good terms. And we probably won't be after I ask you this dumb question, but it's all I really wanted to know is when you're with Anaheim for that long, everyone loves the Mighty Ducks movie. How many times did people try to get you to do that quack, quack, quack? Or were they just yelling at you guys?
You get a lot of flying V comments when you do the flying V. People think that actually happened in real life.
Oh, that's not a real hockey play, Getsy?
Yeah, that's not a real structure.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy.
The real question is, where would I be in the flying V?
You're probably the tip. You're the tip
point,
of the V.
no?
You're at the point. Yeah.
Not the finisher, I'll tell you that.
Well, that's why he had more than 700 assists, right?
There it is.
Absolutely.
So okay, a couple things on the Olympics. You're a 2-time gold medalist. Now you're a part of the front office, but like from being in the Olympics and in the athletes village, like, do you on days off, do you go to like ski jump or moguls, or are you going to watch figure skating? Are you allowed to do those things? Are they too far away from the athletes village? What's that like?
Yeah, so that's a good question, but it all depends on where you are. Russia was different than like Vancouver. Like Vancouver, all the stuff was up at Whistler, so I never went up there when I was playing. It was kind of just too far to go on days off. I had family, everybody there. Vancouver was a little bit of a different experience, but when we were in Russia, we went to a lot of different events. I stuck by my curlers. I went and watched them a couple times.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I did go up to the mountain and watch the half pipe competition. So I think being part of the Olympics is a big part of the experience when you're talking about, being in the village, meeting other athletes, those kind of things. This Milan Olympics is going to be a little bit of a challenge. I think there's 4 villages. It's very spread out. The ski hill, I think, is 4.5 hours away. So not likely we're going to go to any of those events, but we'll be there as much as we can, supporting our women's hockey team and anyone who's kind of around us in our cluster.
And we'll just hope that the rink keeps getting those finishing touches on it as well.
Bro, what's up with the rink?
Sorry, Dan. Hey, they'll be fine, buddy. There's billions and billions of reasons why that thing's going to be ready to go.
Okay.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. Final one on the Olympics and 2014, watching in Sochi, or like watching from here and watching what you guys did in Sochi. I've always kind of wanted to know, like, was it like a game within your locker room to just play keep away with everybody else? Because you guys you never let any other team touch the puck. You were so dominant. Even the final, it was like, what? It was like 2-0, but I don't think Sweden even touched the puck the whole game, it felt like.
Well, we had to do that because we couldn't score. So we went back to the old school. We just cycle the puck in the corner for hours on end and not really accomplish anything, and then hopefully slide one in late. But yeah, no, it was, being part of both of those teams, Vancouver and Russia, were both different experiences, but just incredible anytime you get the chance to put the jersey on. And like we talked about earlier, the amount of talent and stuff and that you pick from on those teams, it's just amazing when you sit in the locker room and look around at who's around you.
Man, I am so excited for the Olympics, and I'm just reliving that moment of you guys winning gold. I'm excited for you, and I've completely forgiven you for not remembering NOD, but you'll always be an NOD boy at heart, no matter where you are in the world, Ryan Getzlaf. We appreciate you, and congratulations on everything. Thank you for joining us today on Off the Roster. Regina, Saskatchewan's own Ryan Getzlaf in the house.
Thank you, bro.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.